Yeah. B.O.B. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay. People so plastic like a mannequin. This ain't one thing, but then it's just back again to the same old shit. You should keep it real. Sure, you got looks, but you don't know how to feel. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay. You only care about yourself, no one else matters. Like a dinner entree, silver platter. We just meals that get you through the day. With those kind of looks, you don't even have to pay. Make a guy turn and watch you walk away. You got a fine ass that I can see blocks away. But like I said, you're cheap like the plastic. When it comes to emotions, you ain't got shit. Any signs of life? No, I doubt it. With a heart so cold, mind so clouded. Might as well call the city and snowplow it, cause they're causing it to snow, how ironic. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay. Sit your ass down, take a deep breath. You're just one of those, it ain't no secret. You got that smile, you have that swag, but with the attitude, it just won't pass. Yeah, but with the attitude, it just won't pass. But with the attitude, it just won't pass. Had to be done. Yeah. Nice. B.O.B, baby. Shout outs to everybody. You know, whoever's listening to this. Rate, comment, subscribe. Comment on Facebook also. Yeah.